Yeah, yeah.
Really good people this time, gone to sleep.
Here he is, next to you.
Oh yeah, COVID restrictions.
Just make sure you follow that corona.
Yeah.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, they're all saying that. I was 11, sorry, we thought it was 13. So can I have...
No, it's 11 people.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry. So can we have just, how many's in here? One? Can we have just a couple go outside for a bit?
We need to get down to 11.
Yeah, no worries, all good, yeah. Sorry about that, we thought it was 13. Yeah, no,
If
sorry.
you can all sign in with your mobile phone, all manually sign.
We don't
believe in the lies,
We've all got
we don't believe in the lies of what the propaganda government talk about.
No, it's all right. No, we spoke about this before.
Okay.
Right? No, they've all got exemptions. They've all been to the doctors. They've all got exemptions.
Have you got your exemptions?
We don't,
They need to show them.
we don't have to supply it to you under the valid legislation. How are you? Come to file this. This is a criminal complaint against the Chief Justice.
No, well, still too many.
Okay, sorry. Can we just have a couple?
11, 12, 13, 14, 3 of you.
3 out, please.
Must leave.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that.
One more.
Got to stick the
One more. That's all right. It's all good. Okay, just do as you're told. That's it. Simple. Sorry about that. We actually thought it was right. That's no way. So as you're probably aware, we're running some. Yeah, as you're probably aware, I've been running Supreme Court cases against jurisdiction against the judges for many years. Now what we've got here is absolute fact, and I'm telling you, a 10-year-old could read this and get it, that he is a terrorist, the Chief Justice Christopher Coracus. It's unequivocal. He is. You must arrest him under section 80.1 of the Criminal Code. Because under 80.1 of the Criminal Code, if I know he's committing treason, and it's worse than that, we go to jail. That's what your law books say with the kangaroo and emu owner, even though the kangaroo and emu really owns no land. Right? And it can't administer land of valid law because it's outside referendum consent. However, we want all the best cops and the constables of the police force to take the Commissioner of Police down, because he's an absolute criminal and he's making you guys look bad. We love you guys, but they're passing acts making you, and I know you're all aware of it, you don't know where to go because you're under workplace contracts with the criminal. What we're going to do is we're going to file this criminal complaint with you. Can I run through it just quickly, very briefly, the pages? So well, I know, but the thing is, this affects you and your family and your police force. So I'm here to try and help you guys side with us. Believe me, you're in trouble. You're wearing the St. Edward's crown and you've got an oath for in Australia. It's flat out treason. It's not your fault. We get that. But we need to fix it. Before we can't continue.
The best thing is,
we want to file this today.
Happy to take that.
Yes, thank you very much.
But if we need to pass it on,
of course.
Because we're not legal experts.
Of course, but can I just show you how simple this is?
I know you like an expert.
Yes, but can I just, it'll take me like 1 minute to explain to you. Okay, so see the seal there? That's owned the land that's owned by the land of the Crown, right? The kangaroo emu owns no land. So this is a notice of objection to a seizure of property, which they did before the court case, because they're trying to shaft me. In 2:30 in the afternoon, after the revision, he says here that I said to him, you're outside the referendum, and he says it's a content that has no meaning in law. There's the seal, there's section 128 of the Constitution that says elections and referendums. Now here's the highest justice in the land, and the court case, you can see here, Mason. I've made this easy for you so I can just read the yellow stuff. What's he say? Referendums and elections. But Christopher Coracus is saying it's not valid law, that's something he can recognise. He's an absolute terrorist. That's one document. Here's the criminal charges I wrote out on Chief Justice, which was filed at the Commissioner's office in.
You've already done that?
I filed it, but they don't do anything with it. That's the problem, because the Commissioner is complicit in more than treason. I had it stamped at their office because the court stopped rejecting my documents because they knew that everything I was putting into the court was. The Commissioner's filed that. I've got the original at home. Right? I just went in there and I served it on the concierge there, so he's got that. Then there was another one we did in November 2020 where we all signed it as the Assembly because we're all working it out. That, you know, like this. Yeah. So it's basically we all signed it, all got together, we all go through because I know the Crimes Act inside out pretty well, as best as I can try and get it as a label because I'm just a layman. And I've had to learn this stuff because I've seen it, what's happening to the people. I'm going, there's so many good cops. You've got 90% good cops and you've got 10%. Excuse the word, but they're mongrels at the top. There's no legislation in this land. Every act they're passing, including the coronavirus, so he was another, so this is the second time, so I filed that. That's been sworn in.
That's been filed as well?
Yeah, and served on him, but what can you do to him? He just sits there and just keeps doing this to every court case. The people are getting slaughtered in the courts. Absolutely slaughtered. And if you look at section 80.1 of the Criminal Code, it says, the Crimes Act, section 3W, it says power of arrest of the constables without a warrant. That's what you guys need to do. You need to follow that Crimes Act. I'm just trying to show you the legislation because I know that they don't teach you the legislation where you come from, and I see you're a senior fellow, you've been here for and you probably had time to examine it. But the younger generation don't, and they need to know it because they're all getting tricked into legislation that's not valid. We love them. What's going to happen?
Have you already, this is a copy of what you've already put in?
Yeah, that's been filed into the Supreme Court. And what I'd like for you today, because last week, because we're trying to defend everybody, especially you guys, because why do you think these screens are off? They've put them there before you know that the public's going to get angry at you people, because they're passing laws that are not valid outside referendums. Why would you put this up here? I mean,
police are meant to there to help and protect. Why do you need that?
Yeah, hang on. But I'm saying, right, so if I could, anybody, police officer wants to come and have a look at how many phone calls I've made to the terrorists and stuff, because I've pulled them apart and pulled them all apart. They're all threat and Masonic agents, right? And they go home at weekends. So if there's a terrorist strike on weekend, see, the terrorists are them. Is the actual terrorist squad, which is Greg Charlton. He is not the head instigator, but he's definitely a puppet. And then you've got Steve Denton, bad occultic, like whatever he's got. Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you from my experience, I really have researched this. I've been flat out on that they're dirty. You guys aren't dirty. They're passing acts to make you act dirty. You're going to get attacked, and it's their fault. What the hell's going on? Yeah. Please do something. Can you give me a receipt, a field receipt? Even if, I know this is a bit, but it's with specificity. The last time when I got a receipt here, we were sort of treated in a not the best way we could have been treated because we love the community. Yeah. But the field receipt was written out very in poor manner because there was another gentleman here with another lady, and she was obviously an early new officer or whatever. And it just seemed, I didn't want to put her under pressure anyway. So if you could just give me a field receipt with that specificity on there, so that it describes the document. We can't just have a document saying I'll receive the document, right. It doesn't. It's not.
Yeah, like I said, we're not legal experts.
That's okay.
We're front line.
I know. We get it. We used to be angry at the police. I used to be, but then I looked at it and go, oh, that's why they're all caught with their money. You got a workplace contract with that kangaroo union. That's the problem. But we don't have any contract with it. No one. You got 23 million people voting in pencil for a corporation, that Australian government. We don't have shares in it. But you got one single share in the government of the Commonwealth of Australia, standing on the land of the Crown under that line of the uniform. So how is he issuing judgments with that and saying that when that Constitution says that's such a
I'm not legal expert.
But look, I used to run 4 or 5 hour, 8, 6 hour arguments against judges, right?
I know. And I know you've had some great discussions with some people who actually
yeah. So for me, I want to save you. We're here to save you guys. And if we just get one station to break from the thing and say, right, because you even look at those 60 officers from the 70 officers.
COVID truth in New South Wales, they all came forward.
Yeah, and you look at not a lot of them have been put on holidays. We know that that's what's going to happen to you, but if you group up enough, and get it together. However hard it is for you to do, I don't know. 'Cause
We're doing.
we don't.
You gotta look after your families at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We don't
They're the first people that people are gonna come after you when the people stand up. They're gonna be coming straight at you guys. And then it just results.
We know that these things make.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't
No,
matter.
but you personally
Just
can
take the
decide what
receipt
you
and hand
want
it
to
over
do.
to your lawyers.
Hang on, only one person speaking.
You can decide what
Thank
you
you.
want to do though.
Remember,
Thank you so much.
Have you guys ever watched the Nuremberg trials? You should watch that, because what happens is all those people in that war that followed orders.
Give me a second.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm
Thank
happy
you.
for you to photocopy and staple that to it if it makes it easy. All right, then, thank you.
Awesome. It's a receipt. It's a receipt.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's very careful about giving you talk. If you want to talk, let me know. Yeah, I know, it's hard.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be here today.
You've brought us like a gentleman, mate. We really respect that. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, well, we get obviously aware that there's good and bad area. We get different sorts of opposition, but it's all good. We're learning who the good guys are. I can show you the sheriff's action. And it's the rubbish. It is total rubbish on the road. 19 pence. This is actually from the assembly. This is us. It's not just me anymore. So, I've tried to train as many people to break them from the thing. So, if you just write over said that it's from the Commonwealth Justice Assembly first. Yeah, Justice Assembly. We have bring up a couple of times and I was losing off come on.
You have the old lucky.
Oh, they're to give me a go
What are we going to call this? You want me to detail it?
if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, well,
Is this a copy or something already?
yeah, you could.
Notification of perjury.
That if that makes it easy.
No, that's all. No, I'm just wondering what I like to name.
Exactly, it's exactly there, it is on the page number. Sorry to be Yeah, that's the summary, I'm sorry.
Just that side.
Why didn't you both sign it?
Yeah.
You both sign it and copy it and then put it on the statement.
No, but it's, they've got all this stuff they've got to do by their workplace.
James.
Yeah, that's it. That's the problem, they never read up. You need to rebut the criminal charge. You can't just leave them in thin air. Is it 12?
I just came in.
Oh.
He's watching.
Is that, are you serious?
Yeah, well, don't.
This is your part of the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Part of the problem.
Sorry, you're
I'll
part of the
wait, I'll
problem.
wait for the Okay.
Because we're
To help make you realise. To help make you realise, man.
Can't you see what it is? Well, that's the crown. That's the St. Edward's crown, and you're working for a foreign government political subdivision. Yes.
Well, they're terrorists, mate.
And you're pushing hang on. Please don't use those words, right? No, what happens is you're in malfeasance of office. So this is how easy it is to beat any of you guys. So, like, let's say I was to hypothetically come in here and do something and you criminally charge me. And then what I do is I subpoena 2,000 of my witnesses and the 20,000 powers of attorney I've got in wet gluing signatures. Yeah, I'm holding 20,000 powers of attorney to administer the state. So then I get them and I run that into a Supreme Court case and I ruin the whole system. And I ruin everybody that didn't do anything. Well, whatever. It's going to happen. 100% it's going to happen. Well, the only way it can't happen is if you continue your criminal activity. It's not sprout stuff. It's not.
Keep pushing. You keep pushing.
Please, sit back. Right? Don't say nothing. No, you're in full-blown malfeasance of office, and it's provable before any jury, any time. Now, what's happened with the courts, and I can tell you how your family and everybody's being railroaded, and that is that the civil jurisdiction has no jury, so you've got star chains of courts.
Yeah, there's 2 copies of the same documents overall.
Apologies, I've been in my copy.
Yeah.
So this will be, this is the second document.
Is he going to enforce mask wearing if they bring it in?
This is what we ask for. This is what we get.
Are you going to enforce mask wearing?
No, look, this is what we get. We get pushback instead of acceptance of the law. What does section 80.1 of the criminal code say? Now, you know you're supposed to be a police officer. Why would a yardsman like me have to describe the criminal code activity? Because I do know it word by word. Okay, so what is the law of section 80.1? No, that doesn't work. You're part of the problem. I've got a gun. You're part of the problem. 50,000 of us are going to come and get you. It's not. That's how it is. Well, in the end, why don't you criminally charge me? Why don't you criminally charge me so I can tell the jury what you criminally did? Why don't you criminally charge me so I can tell the jury what you did? You're not listening to us. You're not listening to common sense. I'm finished with you.
I'll give it to you. You trained well.
Yeah, you're trained well. What do you go to Pine Gap and get the mind virus?
Who did you swear your oath to? Did you swear an oath or
Yeah,
swear
Queen of
an
Australia. You're Queen of Australia.
You didn't, no, when you signed up to be a cop, you didn't swear an oath to become a cop. You didn't swear an oath to become a cop.
Well, then what are you doing?
No one
on the
did.
land of the crown. What are you
Hang
doing?
on.
We've got no position.
You didn't swear an oath.
You told me to stop.
And then you just said no one
Come on,
did.
let's go. Let's go.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for
All right,
clarifying.
they will get off the land of the crown.
You
then.
didn't swear
Get
an
off the
oath.
land of the crown. You're
How
in
are you a
malfeasance
police
of
officer if you didn't
office.
swear
You're in
an oath?
malfeasance of office. You're in malfeasance of office.
Thank you very much.
You're in malfeasance of office.
You didn't swear an oath.
Pedophile protector.
You don't know how many children
Yeah, you know
you
you
don't know
are.
how many
When they
children.
pull up and there's no money,
Read it.
you need to go.
You're a friend